Oh man, this episode was so epic. This is possibly one of the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super in the entire series. I've been watching this show since its beginning, and honestly, this is possibly hands down one of the best, if not the best episodes of the Super series, or the series in general, just Dragon Ball itself. This is actually one of the best fights, if anything. And it actually goes by quick. It doesn't take like 7 or so episodes. I know we only have like 1 episode left, but it's just great just to see them just get down to the nitty gritty and just full on fighting. The animation style was perfect. The music was spot on. The characters' personalities was all kept intact. Okay, so let me actually do the intro. Hey everyone, Sword Art Rocks is here, and once again we're doing another recap review of Dragon Ball Super episode 130. Okay, so with that out the way, let's just talk a little bit about this. Even though there's probably not much to talk about, but knowing me, I'll manage to stretch this out into at least 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes. So we finally get what was supposedly confirmed by spoilers on the internet. See, this is exactly why you don't listen to spoilers, alright? All these YouTube channels that was saying, this is gonna happen and this is gonna happen, you all got trolled. All of you got trolled. Is that word still being used? Yeah. You know what? Akira Trolleyama trolled you all. Or Toei Animation, or whoever the fuck. You know, it's just so great that how it didn't turn out how some people were saying. Now, me personally, I try to avoid the spoilers now, but you know, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, so I'm always in the Dragon Ball community. So there was some spoilers that you just can't avoid. Just like when the episode first airs, there's just some spoilers you can't avoid. I'm taking my own advice now. I'm gonna stay the fuck off of YouTube every time there's like a new episode of an anime that I like, because the goddamn recommended section, YouTube will just keep throwing that shit up and it's fucking spoils everything. But yes, but either way, regardless of spoilers or what was supposedly leaked, yeah, this actually turned out to be a very good episode. There was even a surprise. The character actually ends up returning. Now, spoilers, in case you haven't seen these videos before, I do kind of spoil them every once in a while. Hold on a sec. Just making sure my freaking door is closed. I do put minor spoilers in here, so you probably should have already watched the episode. That's why I also put the whole thing about it being a recap as well as a review. So, as a spoiler, you got your warning. Android 17 is still alive. Yes, I was so happy to see this guy. I already knew Frieza was still there, still kicking it. I just didn't know where he was, and excuse me. And I knew he was gonna pop up sooner or later. I'm just so glad he popped up when he did to save Goku from this elimination that he was supposedly going to get, or how 17, who self-destructed himself, pulled a fucking Vegeta and was just like, oh no, I'm not dead yet. And with an android with unlimited energy, that's pretty impressive. That means that he still would have the stamina to go, unlike Frieza, who's kind of exhausted, even though I'm pretty sure Goku has already established that if you're dead and you still have your body, it doesn't put as much strain on you as when you're alive, which is why Super Saiyan 3 isn't used a lot, which puts a lot of strain on the body. Anyway, that was during the Majin Buu saga, but that's going back. As far as this episode goes, we got a little insight into Jiren's psyche a little bit. And this is due to his past trauma. Now, people thought it was a little weird how Jiren just out of nowhere just decided to attack the stands with all the Z fighters in it, as well as the God of Destructions who did nothing, and Zeno and the Grand Priest who did absolutely nothing. I'm pretty sure there's a barrier on the stand, so I'm pretty sure none of them would have died. But I don't know, I find that kind of weird how Jiren didn't get disqualified. But at the same time, Zeno's probably up there just like going nergasming over what's happening between him and Goku, between the fights. So I guess he's just allowing this to happen just so that the fight can be more dramatic. Anyway, so a lot of people kind of like, hey, it's kind of out of Jiren's character a little bit, him attacking the stands like that. The guy just broke, man. He just finally broke, and it's totally understandable, considering that they did go through his backstory. Regardless of how cliche it is, it does give some depth to the character, adding this sort of traumatic experience and making his character a little bit more dynamic in a way, a little bit more three-dimensional, rather than just this overwhelming guy that just has all this power. You know, like I said, his backstory was a little but at the same time, he does actually have a backstory and why he's this way. So I kind of like how, even though Goku's always kind of kept that mentality about protecting his friends, his family, and all that stuff, Jiren thought the opposite, and that it would be best to throw that stuff away, but at the same time, still following justice, still following that road of being the good guy. So Jiren isn't a bad person. I still say that, and I said it in the last video. Jiren isn't a bad guy. For his universe, he's basically the Goku of that universe. It's just that some of his morals have just been corrupted by the things that happen in his life, and it is to be expected, especially if you're basically a superhero for an entire universe, okay? Not just one planet where you get this, where every so often a bad guy pops up that you have to deal with. This is for the universe. This means that this dude is probably constantly going around and fighting all these bad guys and seeing all this bad stuff that's happening in the universe. But now there's another rumor saying that maybe Jiren may be from one of the destroyed universes, and he was brought to Universe 10. I mean, not Universe 10, Universe 11. I apologize. That actually would be pretty interesting, but I doubt that's the case. Anyway, a lot of these rumors and speculations always turn out to be false, especially when it comes to Dragon Ball. But it's nice to speculate nonetheless. Either way, like I said before, we got a really good fight this episode. Not much to complain there. Like, let's be honest, when Goku Mastered Ultra Instinct went out, you guys thought that freaking Frieza shot him in the back or something. I know it, I knew it. If you didn't think that, you are not a true Dragon Ball fan. I literally thought as soon as UI went out that Goku was attacked by Frieza. And I'm so sorry, Frieza. I was wrong. I misjudged you. Okay, I'm still used to the Dragon Ball Z era of Frieza. All right, I'm trying to get used to this whole new sort of kind of helping his allies Frieza. Okay, so Frieza comes back, saves Goku from an elimination from Jiren after Goku was about to eliminate Jiren, and Jiren, who had admitted defeat. Now remember that, Jiren admitted defeat. This shows how powerful Mastered UI really is. But unfortunately, it takes a huge toll on the body. But I think Goku also just got this form, so he has to train in it more, kind of like what he did with Super Saiyan during the Cell Saga. You gotta get kind of used to that form, and that way his body can get used to it and adapt to it. It's the same thing that Zamasu said during the Goku Black arc when he was using Goku's body. You know, it's just something that Goku's body just has to get used to, and then it'll adapt to the situation and he can make the power all his own. Same thing would happen with Super Saiyan God, and why he can turn Super Saiyan God at any time he wants. It's that sort of thing. But even Whis was surprised that it took such a toll on his body. Even though that it did, I'm glad that he didn't die. And nice to see that he's actually still in the fight somewhat. We'll see how it goes, especially considering this next episode. I don't know whether it's going to all end here or whether there's an episode after that. I think 131 is the last episode, I'm pretty sure. If it's not, I'm sure somebody will let me know, or I'll just look it up after this. But yeah, what we got was a pretty decent episode. If anything, I was actually very glad with it, and I just look forward to the next one. Nothing else really to talk about. It was just pure fighting throughout, and then commentary from the people in the stands, such as Beerus, Whis, and of course Krillin. Krillin gets a line in every single episode, so it's nice to see everybody so rooting for Goku, even Vegeta, and him being saved from being eliminated by who was someone who was once his arch enemy and who actually has stated multiple times that he hates Saiyans. A very racist guy saves someone of a race that he hates, so I thought that was very interesting. Well, that's it. That's it. Nothing else to really talk about. Glad Android 17's alive. Nice to see a different side of Jiren to show that a lot of the stress is actually getting to him, and this is a fight for survival, and you know, him cracking for that one moment, and then the speech that he actually gives to Goku that before he tries to eliminate him, saying that, hey, you always live on in my memories, you are a great warrior, and all that stuff. All of the respect that he's given towards Goku, kind of the same what Hit did with Goku as well. So, very nice to see that. So I thought it was a great episode, and I'm just going to end it here because I'm actually running low on battery. Well, alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I get to see you guys in the next episode. If I don't, take care. If I do, see you in the next one. Alright? Catch you later.